Welcome to this mini course on a practical and spiritual guide to personal healing. Hi, this is Dr. Jim Mackey. I wrote the book, Practical and Spiritual Guide to Personal Healing, and wanted to address some of the major issues in our nation today. The book is available through Amazon, and I hope that you'll get a copy and you'll be able to follow along on this short mini course. I'd like to begin with, I always try to tell students when I teach a class on this, make sure you take your meds every day. And of course, meds is an acronym. First of all, the M is for meditation. Everybody needs to take time, even in stressful situations, to meditate every day. And when you do, don't forget to breathe. The next thing is make sure you get some kind of daily exercise. Walking, riding your bicycle, anything that would be helpful for about 30 minutes. The next word would be D for diet. Make sure you maintain a healthy diet. Lots of fruits and vegetables are good. Doesn't mean that you can never eat meat, but if all you eat is meat, it can cause a lot of stress on your body. The next thing is sleep. Make sure you have good sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, make sure you check with your doctor, because this can contribute to more health problems than most people are aware of. And then the last would be support. Everyone needs a friend. Everyone needs a support system. So I hope that you will find a trusted person that you can talk to for support in your life and to share your concerns. Now, in Chapter 1, we address the issue, what is healing? And when we think of the word healing, what comes to mind? As I addressed in the book, a lot of people think about healing as a doctor in a white lab coat, or as a witch doctor dancing around trying to conjure some kind of miraculous cure. The dictionary says healing is to restore health, soundness, or to repair. And I think this is what this chapter is all about, in helping us to understand that we can restore our health to soundness and to repair our bodies. Healing is what our bodies do all the time. If you get a cut, what happens? Your body begins to heal itself within hours and days. So healing is something that takes place all the time. We just don't recognize it. In fact, that's what our immune systems are doing all the time, is bringing healing to our bodies. Keep your immune system strong. Now, in this first chapter, we talk about some 4 common myths about the healing process, and I think the first one is that while modern medicine offers us many advanced treatments and diagnostic equipment, the number who suffer from chronic illness is on the rise. So just because we live in a technologically advanced society doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to live in a healthy society. The second thing is we must take responsibility for our well-being and our overall health. I've heard a lot of people say, well, I've got this doctor or that doctor, but that doesn't negate our responsibility in taking care of ourselves. We must never assume that our doctors know about our symptoms and concerns. Many times they're overly busy, and they don't have time to spend with just one person as we think they should. So take responsibility for your health and your well-being. And myth number 1 is healing should take place only with medical supervision. Now, this is a myth that's been propagated for years and years, that only with the supervision of a physician can you experience healing. And so often people feel like they have to go to the doctor for every little thing. Healing can take place in a variety of different ways. It can take place in church. It can take place in a beautiful surrounding like in the mountains or at the beach. Healing can take place in a lot of different areas. And with the increase of health insurance and the cost, and for so many not being able to be insured, this is a myth that we need to lay to rest. Healing can take place without medical supervision, although it is good to let your doctor know what happens to you and keep that person informed. At this time, I want to pause in our mini course as we make preparation for the next mini course that will be coming out, part 2, and we'll begin to cover more of this. I don't like to have long videos, so we're going to keep this fairly short. So I hope that you'll join me for next time, and thank you